Hello, welcome back to episode 5 of the Back 4 podcast. As you can see, we're still in Casa del Solimana in Toby's household. And, hey, don't disrespect my Spanish. Hey, don't disrespect
Solimana.
Don't disrespect
Hey
the
girl,
Spanish.
hey girl, you want to come visit
Hey.
Casa del Solimana?
It's summer vibes. Don't disrespect the Solimana household. But the one thing I forgot to mention on episode 4, because, we are filming these back to back. Oh, yeah, I got a fresh trim, Fresh trim.
No one cares.
No one gives a
no one
fuck.
cares.
No one gives a shit.
People know this, but
I
trust
liked it
the
better when you were
process.
bold,
Yeah,
personally.
yeah. I like you as a Malteser.
Yes. But fresh trim means I'm gonna pop off tomorrow at futsal, versing these bad boys. Versing these bad boys. So yeah, I'm gonna pop off, score a hat trick. You already know what it is. But yeah, today the last episode you would have seen is one player every Premier League club should buy. We're continuing on with one player every Premier League club should sell. Easy
To
continuation.
make some money and improve as a team.
Yeah, so it'll be I think it's this. It'll be maybe a bit of a different order, but relatively the same because I wrote my list down at different times. But starting us off, same as last time, Southampton. So I'm just gonna off my list. There are a different couple of ways. Like you should explain yourself when you're saying the player you should sell. Like you could be selling because they don't need them. They could be making money off them, or they could just be absolute dog shit and get them out of the club. You know what I mean? There's different reasons to sell them. But starting with Southampton, Alex, start us off strong here.
Yeah, starting off with Southampton, I went for Theo Walcott. To sell.
Deadwood.
Yeah, I think he is getting on a bit. Deadwood. He doesn't really offer too much in terms of variety nowadays, and I do feel Southampton is moving down a different path now, trying to get in younger guys as well. I can't remember who I suggested.
And what does he really offer to the team anymore?
Exactly. Yeah.
I actually forgot Theo Walcott was inside.
Yeah, I completely forgot.
I'm pretty sure
that's my
He hasn't
pick.
played in like a
That's
season
my
or two.
pick.
He's
He's
really off
injured,
the
that's
bench. Yeah.
He's old. He's injury prone. I think for the betterment of him and for the betterment of the club, just get him out, get him off the wage books, get some money if you can, send him to the championship.
Just imagine what he could have been though.
He
He's
could have been
injuries,
so good,
man.
Yeah, but I feel Southampton are going in a different direction. I'm pretty sure
the
I suggested they
championship.
sign a winger / striker when I suggested a player for them. But yeah, I think Theo Walcott got to go.
I can't argue with that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Walcott gone. That's my pick.
Ruben.
Walcott? He said
yeah,
Walcott.
You give us your one. Oh,
He said Walcott, yeah.
He's
agree.
Deadwood. He's Deadwood.
Deadwood,
man. Get him out.
I went in a different direction,
Okay.
similar to I was explaining before. I think Kyle Walker-Peters, if they're gonna go down, I don't think he's bad. I think he's very good, and I think he's better than the team.
Profit.
I think they can make profit off him.
Okay.
If you want to sell him and invest elsewhere, I think if they do get relegated, which it looks like they will, I think he's going anyway. So I think they should sell him.
No, I was going to argue
get
with
some
that until
profit.
I realised.
I'm
Yeah.
going in the same direction. I'm going to go profit. James Ward-Prowse. He is.
That's
I
not
don't think-
bad.
I don't think
That's
No.
actually
Why are he
I could definitely
still
back that.
on like the somewhat good path of his career?
Especially because he's missed out on a couple England squads, but to be honest, he's definitely
He's-
too good for the
I
championship.
love
I
that
don't think
man.
he
He
is,
is
though.
very good. I'll take
You
him.
don't reckon he's too good for the championship.
I'll take him at Chelsea.
It's one of
I'll
those
say it
things-
now. I'll take him at Chelsea. He is very good.
It's one of those things where if I think of Ward-Prowse, I think
Dan
of
would take him
Southampton.
at Chelsea.
I
Very
would
good.
take him at
That is-
Chelsea
that
or
is
Fulham. I
true.
don't care. Take him. I'll put him in Melbourne Victory. I love him.
I just don't see him. I just don't see him leaving. You know, what I mean, I think he's Mr. Southampton.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't take him at Chelsea because you have Jorginho. It's kind of a pointless.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Jorginho's my go. I forgot. I'll take him at Fulham.
signing.
But to be honest,
Yeah, it's
I
fine.
just he's too good for the championship.
I get it. He's too good. He can make profit. I just don't
So,
think I can see him leaving.
Just
Yeah.
while he's on the streak still of not being absolutely dog shit, sell him. Get some money.
We did discuss this a lot in preseason as well, especially you and me, Toby, because we were predicting Southampton to go down.
We were indeed.
But I said this then, and I'll re-say it now. I'm pretty sure I said it in episode 3, but I'll say it again.
Yeah.
They went with a big risk by investing really young rather than experienced, especially when they were going through this big, sort of downward spiral that their club's been going with in terms of form. So I think signing guys like Adozi, Lavia, etc. was smart for the future, but looking at it in hindsight, I don't think they could have made a worse decision because they're going to lose guys like Lavia, who they had an offer 2 months ago from Chelsea for 50 million. They're going to lose them for maybe 20, which is disappointing as a City fan because we have buyback clauses and everything, and I wanted to see these guys stay in the Championship, but in the Premier League. Sorry, but it's
unfortunate.
disappointing.
Unfortunate.
Moving on. Wolves. I'm gonna start with this because I'm annoyed because I forgot to say this guy's
I know
name.
my one.
when we were talking about Liverpool
Sure thing.
and players we should have signed. Mateus Nunes. I should have said his name because apparently it's rumored that we're going to sign for 45 mil. Bring him. He's so good. He's kind of like that profile I was talking about, carrying the ball from deep. So I think I'm basically just saying sell him to Liverpool, please. Anyone else? Ruben, you said you ever.
I think Nathan Collins is absolutely shit. He's shit. I saw him at Burnley. When I saw him at Burnley, he was shit. I saw him at Wolves. He's shit. He is shit.
I think he's alright.
I think he's shocking.
I think he's
shocking.
I think he's championship quality, but I don't think he's shit.
I think he's low table prem quality, to be honest.
I mean, like relegation battle, top of the championship.
Oh
I don't
yeah,
think
yeah,
he's good. I don't think he's
nothing.
good.
Nothing in the top half, obviously. At least not now.
He's championship at best.
I don't
I
think
thought
so.
he was shit.
Yeah, he's shit. He's not good enough for the Premier League.
He is though. I think he is.
I don't think so.
I think if
I don't think so.
17th to 16th to 15th, I could see him in that.
Yeah,
round.
in that bracket. At least for now, at least. He's still
That
young.
was my pick. What about you, Daniel?
Podence. Get him out of the club. Make some money. Same as Stephens.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Podence
Where
can't
he
go
goes,
wrong with it.
Podence is
Unless he goes
pretty
to
damn good for
Portugal.
Wolves at the moment. So if he wants to get some quick cash, sell him.
Though you could make that argument for, even though Neves is really good for him. You
Yeah.
could probably
Yeah.
take the same argument for that.
No.
My only thing with Podence is that I don't see them selling him for big money. So it makes me
I
wonder
don't.
what's the point.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. At least with the Nunez point, I agree because I can honestly see them getting 70 to 80 mil for Mateus Nunes. I can genuinely see him in that price bracket.
It's 45 mil rumor though. It's rumored 45 mil.
I think they should be able to get 60 mil minimum. I think they should be getting that.
It's the
I
same
don't
price
think
they bought him for,
The only
though.
reason I think it's 45
That's what they bought him
rumor
for.
is because they're looking to go down. That's the only thing I can think.
Yeah, I think
So,
Neves
think-
is more realistic to sell if you're looking at
But
midfielders.
guys like Mateus Nunes, I think you should probably sell if you're thinking of going down because you're not going to be able to keep these guys next year. So you'd rather get the money for them now. Guys like Podence, I don't see going for big money. So I'd say honestly, just see if you can keep these guys on, and if you don't, you're not going to really get too cut of a price on them anyway. So it doesn't really matter too much. But the guy I do have on here,
Better be Collins.
I'm not quite
Better
sure
be
what
Collins.
wages he's on, but I'm assuming it's big wages, and I also think you could probably still get a few mil for him. He's kicking on a bit, hasn't been the same as he was in the past two seasons. I'd say it is Raul Jimenez. I have gone with him. It's very unfortunate because
Yeah, especially with the signing of Cunha, I think I can see that one happening.
Yeah.
It's definitely a realistic sale. It's probably sad for Wolves fans, but it's definitely realistic.
It's so sad.
it's sad for me as well. Like even not as a Wolves fan,
For all
I
of them, man.
loved the guy before.
Cooked us.
Yeah, once
That
he got
front
that
three
he got
with
that head
Jota.
injury, it just wasn't the same after.
Yeah,
Man, he
Dama.
just hasn't been the same since.
He cooked us every time he versed us. And then
He did, he did.
Louis,
He was
bro, he was
constant,
so. It's so sad that like he was so lethal in the air, and then David Luiz hits him in his head, and he's never going to be the same after
David
that.
Luiz. David
So
Luiz
like
is
it was his
legend,
best attribute as well. His best attribute was his
Yeah.
ability in the air, and then after having a head injury from a corner, you're never going to be the same after that. So
Yeah,
sad to see, but I could see him leaving.
but it's probably the most realistic.
Oh,
sale,
quickly,
even
let's
out of
start going
Neves.
through these. Let's start rattling through these. Everton. Daniel, what's your thoughts on Everton? Who's your
Everton?
answer? Yeah.
Fuck, I need time to think about that one. Do you want to go before? Yeah.
Everton, that's the thing. I was gonna say, I really want them. They just signed Mope, but he's absolutely shit.
Mm.
It's not a realistic sale
Scored a
at all.
goal.
He's shit. He's absolutely
Should've
shit.
Brighton.
They actually signed him from Brighton. That's hilarious.
But
But
they needed a striker, and there's not many other options for their like price range. But
that's the thing. My pick would be. It's not realistic at all, but I would probably pick Mope to go. To be honest, just not good enough. Even for Everton standards, it's just not good enough.
yeah. I've actually got two names down for Everton. One's
So do I.
very similar to Theo Walcott in my reasoning, but it's Andros Townsend.
Oh yeah,
Another Deadwood,
Yeah. Baller.
injury prone.
baller.
He was.
I'm
Yeah,
always
that's-
against City. He always scores a
But
banger
he
against
scores
us, and I don't know why.
bangers. He only scored bangers, I swear.
Yeah.
He's low-key streets won't
Look,
forget.
he's a streets won't
For
forget.
Prem,
He's
for
definitely
Prem,
a streets
for
won't
Prem.
forget player.
for Prem.
Bro, he
yeah.
scored bangers in that
No,
3-2 at
he's
City.
streets won't forget.
Oh, that's
Streets won't
crazy.
forget. We'll discuss
So
that.
That 3-2
satisfying.
game where he
For
scored the volley from outside the box
Yeah.
three. That was
Oh.
crazy.
Andros. Yeah, I can see
But,
Andros Townsend going. For
Yeah, look, it's just another guy getting a bit older. I think sort of clubs trying to move away from that kind of profile. He's injury prone.
sure.
I
Yeah,
think
definitely more
just
realistic.
Get
than
him out
mine.
while you can. Second player I've actually gone for, a bit of a controversial one, but I think it's very similar to Mateus Nunes. is Anthony Gordon.
No, actually, no. I don't even think that's controversial because some clubs actually think he's good. So they could
He's
get
good,
away
though.
with selling him for 50 mil.
yeah.
Chelsea were in for him at one point. That's
80 mils.
realistic, more than controversial in my
Here's
opinion.
my thing though. It surprises me that that he's got like that big of a price tag on him. I purely just think it's because he's English. Because the thing is,
yeah.
his finishing's not great. We know that
It was, though.
his finishing's not fantastic.
It was. Like
What?
towards the end of last season and start of this season, it was really good.
Yeah, it's
It
just
was
been-
really
it's
good,
just
but it's
it's dropped
very
off.
inconsistent.
I think he's-
it comes and goes. He's not like particularly like incredible in 1v1s.
I should have picked Gordon.
I
to
think
be
he's the
honest.
sole reason they stayed up last season.
I think he's. Don't get me wrong. I think he's fantastic.
But clubs,
But for the 50 to 60 for the 60
not
million
that
that they were
low.
demanding from Chelsea, that is ridiculous.
I just think it's because
I think if a club comes in with a reasonable offer around maybe 40, 45 mil, maybe even 50 mil, take the money, reinvest it because the squad needs reinvestment at this point.
I think they were only asking for that much because it's Chelsea.
Yeah.
Like they were paying bags for certain players. Like I think they knew they could have got it off him, but
especially when you have a player that clubs think he's better than he actually is. I think
He's
it's
good, though.
It's a smart decision.
He's good, don't get me wrong.
it's a
I
quality
just
player.
don't think he's in that 60 mil bracket that they were asking for. And I
That's
think even Everton knew that he wasn't in that bracket.
That's why I think, but they didn't sell him though. That's the thing. They should have sold him.
I think they should have. I
But,
think that money would be better if it was reinvested.
I have. Well, it's one or the other for me. It's take your pick, but they have 6 players who their primary position is as a centre half. You don't need that, and I think. What's it called? James Tarkowski, Connor Cody, Yerry Mina, Michael Keane are levels above Godfrey and Holgate. So I reckon just
yeah.
get him out.
I was going to say get rid of
So one of
Godfrey.
them. I would say Holgate before Godfrey. Godfrey's
Really?
better than Holgate.
I
And Godfrey's better at filling in the
Yeah.
squad. He fills in at
Yeah,
left back.
he does.
or right
I
Right.
rated
Left back
Godfrey
and right back, yeah.
for a while.
He got
I
injured.
rated
It
him.
was unlucky when he got injured.
His
against
injuries
Chelsea.
have done him in, which is a real shame because I rated him before he started getting injured.
So that's
Everton
what,
fans are always hyping up Holgate to be some
he's
player.
never been that guy.
He just never stepped up.
Yeah, he's been injured.
He's
a bit
been
as well.
he's been as good as since he was 20, and he's just never really
Well,
gone.
he got in
up.
that scrap with Firmino back in the day.
Yeah, apparently for me it was racist in that, but yeah, it's take your pick. Do you want to get rid of Holgate because he's a bit more deadwood, or do you want to get rid of Godfrey because you get more money for him? So it's whatever they think.
I'd
Well,
honestly
It was
cash in on
rhetorical.
Godfrey.
It was a rhetorical
Yeah,
question. I
because
can't
he's quite worth money at the
lie.
moment.
It was a rhetorical question.
We've
but
just been
It
like,
was a
and
rhetorical
as well
question.
as for
he
me,
didn't hear what I said.
Tom Davies. He's been at the club for
Oh,
a while.
of course.
He's deadwood.
They're never selling him.
He's well, just get some money out. Like he's
More
he's-
money, bro. He's
They're not
fucking
gonna
He's
get
dog
money
shit.
out.
worth fuck all, but he's
fucking
worth
dog
fuck
shit.
all. But they still sometimes start him. I'm like, what the
He's not
fuck
that
is
bad,
this?
but he's not going to get money.
He's
There's no point selling him.
deadwood. He's
It's the
been
same
there
thing-
for ages, and he just
not
doesn't
deadwood, he's
prove
young.
himself.
But he's young. Like it's the same thing as Points. You're not going to get any money from him, so there's no point selling.
No,
him.
I
If
just
they get
reckon, I
rele-
just reckon you get rid of him.
If they get
It's
relegated,
more of a loan.
If they
kind
get
of
relegated, Tom Davies will stick around.
if they get if they get relegated, Onana's leaving, Garner Gay's leaving, and Iwobi are all going to leave. So if you keep, you have to.
I
keep
just
them
reckon
together.
he's just
Even
been there
after-
for
There's
a
no
while.
point
Guys
leaving.
that you have to keep around.
You
Guys
can't
like-
you can't sell him because then you're going to
Yeah.
have no midfielder when the other 3 leave.
Yeah.
At least with the 6 centre backs, I see guys like
Cody won't
I
leave.
Cody won't leave.
He's too old.
I can see Yerry Mina sticking around.
He's
I can
Everton,
see,
man.
Holgate, Godfrey, those guys. The only one I could say I probably won't stick around would be Tarkovsky,
He's a bit old though. I reckon he'd stay as well.
maybe.
But,
But Everton's like in that middle ground of like guys that would.
If
stay
they
and
stay
wouldn't
up,
stay.
I think maybe loaning Ben Davies is probably the best option, really.
I mean,
But
Tom Davies.
yeah.
Yeah. Moving forward, West Ham. I told what's it called? I think I said Leicester to buy him. Put Ben Johnson up for sale. He's just kind of filling the squad. I think they could get rid of him for some money, get some decent cash for him. I don't know West Ham. He plays West Ham.
West
I'm
Ham.
saying
I
I said
thought we were
Leicester.
talking about what.
I said Leicester should have bought him in the last one. So
okay.
I'm saying West Ham just sell him, get some cash. Ruben, thoughts on West Ham? Who say so?
Oh, Creswell's looking kind of dead. I can't lie.
Yes.
Creswell. I know this is a bit of a harsh one, but I know Skamaka needs a backup. But I was going to say Mikel Antonio. I think he's like 32 now. And I'll get a quick selfie in. Yeah, I think Mikel Antonio has been a bit dead. How old is Mikel Antonio now? Like 32?
30-something.
30-something. He was doing well for a certain period of time, but
don't think
I
he'll
think a
leave.
Creswell replacement's probably a lot better, and replacing Antonio is not necessary at the moment.
Yeah.
The thing is, for me, those are 2 players who are like West Ham through and through.
Yeah, but
I don't see
they're
that. I don't
shit.
think they'll
Well,
ever
Antonio
leave.
has just been shit. That's the thing.
But he's not going to leave though. He's literally West Ham's top goal scorer of all time. Like he won't leave.
Yeah.
They won't sell him.
Yeah, I think Schumacher is levels above that. Let's be
They need to, you know who they
completely different.
they should sell David Moyes.
I just
They need to
think
sell
that
David Moyes.
the
They actually should.
Creswell replacement's far better for them and more realistic because they don't really need to get rid of Antonio just yet.
I
Yeah.
reckon Luca Pellegrini might be a decent.
The
option.
West Ham's midfield's looking nice though.
It is
It's looking.
If
very
they get rid of
But
David
they're
Moyes,
going to get raided soon.
they
I
need to
feel.
get rid. No, they need to get rid of David Moyes. They've signed players that aren't David Moyes players. If you can get a different manager that can get the best out of Paqueta and Skamaka, you're going to get a whole
100%,
different performance.
100%.
They have so many quality players. They just need to get the best out of them. Alex, what are your thoughts on West Ham?
For my two players, I went for a centre back and I went for a winger. I said for my player that I'd bring in what did I say? Sigankov from Dynamo Kiev. You got to make space on the wing. I have opted to sell Jared Bowen.
I was thinking that just
Jared
to get cash in.
Bowen.
On
I was
it.
gonna pick
I could get cash.
It was between him and Said Benrahma for me, but Benrahma, at least has the option of playing on the left or the right. Bowen very one-dimensional down the right, and I feel he had a fantastic season last season. This season, not great, not great at all. Been very quiet. Hasn't really got anything, or David Moyes hasn't got anything out of him this season. So I say, hey, just cash in on him, get a better player, in my opinion, a player that's around a similar age bracket. But I still think Jared Bowen has quality, and he obviously showed it last season. For whatever reason, he's not showing it this season, so that's up for debate. But it's just disappointing if I was a West Ham fan, but gladly I'm not. Second one I've gone for, my phone is off, but I know what's on it. Craig Dawson. Just a bit old. I don't think he's really... West Ham have better options now.
I'd go Ogbonna over him, to be honest.
It was a toss-up for me between Craig Dawson and Ogbonna. I just feel like Ogbonna is injury-prone, but when he's fit, I think he's probably their best centre-back, in my opinion.
Best?
I'd say he's their best centre-back when he's
If
fit.
everyone's fit,
I'd
you
say
reckon
yes.
he's better than Aguerd?
Last season for me, last season's Ogbonna for West Ham is better than this season's Aguerd, in my opinion.
Aguerd hasn't played, bro. He's been injured the whole time. He's barely played. But
Fair play.
I still think he's better than Ogbonna, and I think Craig Dawson was better last season than Ogbonna.
He may very well be, but I still think Ogbonna is good enough to keep around, even though he may be slightly injury prone. You can keep Ben Johnson in, keep him in rotation for emergency cases, but I don't think you need Craig Dawson. He's getting a bit old now. Ship him off to the Championship or whatever you need to do, but I just don't think he's really justifying staying in that squad for much longer.
Yeah, I would have backed Ogbonna before Craig Dawson. But was you gonna say Ogbonna, Daniel?
Yeah, I was going to say Ogbonna and Jared Bowen.
Fair dues.
And, Lanzini.
I think he's a solid backup.
I think
No, that's why I'm sort of questioning it, because if I look at it now, he is a championship level player. He's... Yeah, no.
I don't think so, Daniel.
Say sorry.
What? Say sorry right now. Say sorry to Lanzini.
Why should I?
Look into the camera right now and say sorry.
He could
Why
be
should
watching
I?
this.
Say sorry.
I
Why
remember.
should I?
No, because you know what?
Remember that goal against Spurs?
Oh, yeah, that's what I was gonna
3-3?
say.
That was
No
one goal.
championship.
Hold on,
2
listen,
fucking years
It
listen.
wasn't
ago.
just one goal. He does it all the time.
Actually,
He
that's-
humbled
actually
an
does
entire fan base of pricks.
Chester got scared.
Yeah.
But no, it's he does it all the time. I don't think he's championship.
Well, he
level.
doesn't start.
He doesn't
Kim
start,
was a
but you need
because there's no
backups
need-
in the team.
there's
He's
no
a
need to
solid
sell-
backup.
If you get a Paqueta injury, what happens if you don't have a quality backup?
You don't. There's no need. You're not going to get any money for him if you sell him because he doesn't start, and he's not dead wood. He's a good backup. So why would you sell him?
Yeah.
But
He gets the job done.
let's start rifling through these because we're taking our time. Bournemouth, I cash in Philip Billing. I think they're gonna go down. Cash in and Philip Billing now. Good player. Or Jonathan Lambert. But
It's probably the smartest. Yeah, Jefferson Lamb. It's probably the smartest decision they can make.
They have too much dead wood to just get rid of one of them. So I'm just cashing on Philip
Yeah,
Billing.
if you want to survive the champ, you're gonna go down. You want to survive the championship. Maybe you can do what Burnley have done, just cash in on all your good players and just rebuild.
Yeah, I sort of went different to that because I honestly feel that if they keep that pairing of Billing and Lerma fit
chance.
and they have a decent enough January window, I think they could stay up. I genuinely think they could.
Oh, they could. They definitely could.
So for that reason, I've gone with Ben Pearson, CDM. Not playing much games. I think he is pretty just bog standard championship quality. It was great last year in the championship for them.
But he's a championship player.
He's a championship player. I just don't think they need it around there. Might as well get in someone a bit younger that they can develop a bit further. But yeah, that's my pick.
Ruben Daniel.
This thing, I was gonna say cash in because they're shit and they're gonna go down. So just cash in. Burnley did a great job of cashing in. To be honest, lost all. Hey, listen. They went down,
They are
I'm just
leading-
saying.
They're leading at the
Someone
moment.
said what was his name? Sean Dyche got sacked. One person said it was the right idea, and he got flamed. Look at him now.
That's because you said they were trying
You,
to stay
no,
up.
but that's because you said when they had 9
Hey.
games left and were trying to stay up, you said sacking their manager of nearly a decade
And
was
you
a
know
good
what?
idea.
They got 3 wins in 8 games when they had 4 in the last 30. So
Yeah, because they sold
Thank
all
God
of
it
his
was enough for
sign.
them to stay up.
unfortunate, but they're doing better now that
They
they
sold
gone
all of
down.
his signing. Like every player he wanted, they sold.
Yeah.
Every
This
player Sean Dyche wanted, they sold.
Yeah.
This is a conversation. for
They
another
they
time,
just
but
like, yeah, oh, you want him? Yeah, we're
I'm
going to
just
sell
saying.
him.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
we're going to
sacked
place him with this, and you're going to work with this, and he worked with it for a long. There's only so much you can do. If
There's only so much you can do with a board that just doesn't give you investment.
We've had this conversation before,
Yeah.
but
So put in your
just
place,
saying they're doing
boy.
better now than they were before.
Next one.
Yeah, okay, let's start rifling through these. Forest. I said Dennis, he's right. They realistically they can't really sell a lot because they've signed too much. But I said Dennis, he's rotting away on the bench. He's Premier League quality. Get him in a different team.
I definitely backed Dennis there. I didn't put him on just because I probably wasn't thinking that well ahead. I went for Jack Colback just because, once again, championship quality player, Deadwood. But yeah, I would say they do need to get rid of a striker, especially if they are looking to bring in someone new. Dennis would be a good pick to go. I think Dennis is definitely good enough to play at like an Everton or a Fulham or
West
something.
Ham.
I'd love to see Dennis at Fulham.
I
I
would
would
do
love
well
it.
at West Ham
Huh?
or Everton. I reckon he'd do a job at Everton right now.
I think he'd do a job at Everton right
Goal
now, but
scoring
I think
winger.
if they had him as like maybe an alternative or a backup to Mitro at Fulham, I think he could genuinely.
He plays off the left though.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I mean. Like, I think he could do really well in that front line for Fulham.
As like a winger.
Yeah,
I'll
a
probably
winger
go-
cutting inside
yeah.
to act as a second striker. Or
That's what I'm saying. That's why I reckon I see him doing a job at Everton. But
yeah, especially since Cabano is injured and Decordova Reed's a bit suspect.
Ruben, what are your thoughts?
I think Nottingham should just get rid of Deadwood, so I'm going to go with Dennis as well because I want to see Nottingham.
Oh,
go
yeah,
up.
he's not dead wood. He
He's
just
not
doesn't
dead
play.
wood.
I just want to see Nottingham stay up, to be honest, because all the signings have made them somewhat interesting to me, especially with Serge Aurier coming in at right back.
He's doing well,
Yeah, it's doing well.
but they don't
It's
really.
good to see him revive his career, especially because
sad
he was
how,
at the
like-
top at one point, and then he went to Tottenham, and then
It's unfortunate how two of their best players are at right back with Nico Williams as well. Running on my leg. Daniel, what are your thoughts on Forest?
Lingard.
That's
I think
not
they
a
will
bad
sell
idea.
him at the end of the season.
He's a
Yeah.
lot. How much is he on a week?
Wasn't it one or two?
$100,000?
Wasn't it a
He's on
1-year
a-
contract?
It was a big
I think it
wage.
was. So I
So
think
he's
it's just
gone
they're not going to
anyway.
renew
They're
his
not gonna-
contract.
they're
This
just
is
not
a
gonna renew
big
him.
wage and he doesn't play and he's injury prone.
He's playing though.
He's
playing.
injured. At the
He's
moment.
playing. I just don't think
He has a
he's got
history of injuries, so he's
I think
right.
he plays when he's fit.
Well, yeah, I
No,
think
No, he
every-
not plays when he's fit.
What?
Oh yes.
I hope he plays
Our
when
main
he's
argument
fit.
for keeping an injury prone player. Oh, he plays when he's fit. He's
No, because he said
he's
he
injury
doesn't-
prone.
he said he doesn't play a lot, but he does. He plays when he's fit, and he's been
Yeah,
fit.
he doesn't play a lot because he's always.
No, but he's been
injured.
fit most of the season. He's
Yeah,
played
yeah,
most of the
yeah.
games.
No,
He plays with his
you know what I
when
mean.
he's fit, he's shit. So
Hey, he's
He's
not
not
bad.
He's
Well,
not
alright,
good,
third voice crack.
I did that on
Hey.
purpose. He's played 14 out of the 18 games.
Oh, let's
Yeah.
go to the next team.
this season. I'm just saying, he's
He,
played 14.
he is capable of putting in a shift, though.
He's played 14 out of
He
18
is
games
capable.
this
He's
season.
not going to get
Often.
anywhere near those West Ham numbers that he's
no.
playing. But I think that's just genuinely because he had a better squad around him.
Leeds.
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 Leeds. Let me think.
If you're thinking, I have Sam Gelhart. I don't think they need him.
Gelhart.
Yeah. I think he's... I'm going to be honest. I couldn't think of anyone else. I was going to say Mateus Click, but then he left. So I had to change it real quick, and I couldn't be bothered finding someone else. So I just said Sam Gelhart.
I did too. I went for Patrick Bamford and Junior Firpo.
I was going to say
Firpo.
Junior Firpo, but I was like...
Junior Firpo has not done much. He hasn't lived up to the expectations. I think they paid a sizable fee for him, but I don't think it was worth at all.
Really wasn't.
I think just get any money for him while you can now, because he's not going to stick around if you go down. So you might as well just go. I don't think they will go down, obviously, but I just don't think it's worth having him around. Get a new left back in, one that can actually like put in a shift consistently. I mentioned him earlier, Luca Pellegrini from Juventus. He's been out of favour there. I think he could be a good cheap option if you went for him.
Wrong video, lad.
Hey. But yeah, Patrick Bamford as well. He's been Mr. Leeds for the longest time, so it's a bit weird to say, but I genuinely think it might just be time to cash in on him. Way too many injuries. He sort of leads the squad a bit.
Not successful in the Premier League. He just doesn't have that history.
He was. He was.
He was
What,
doing
that
really well in the
first
Premier.
year?
My only problem is just every time he seems to do well, it's just injury after injury,
Hasn't
and he
been
leaves
saying.
the squad just high and dry, just lack of any just attacking depth whatsoever. Once he gets injured, I just think, what's the point of having him around. Don't get me wrong, on his day, fantastic striker, but just way too injury prone.
Missed it on his day. Daniel Rubin.
I'll go with what's his name as well.
Patrick Bamford.
Patrick Bamford.
Patrick Bamford.
Inconsistent. He's a good striker on his day. Injury prone. I reckon it's a good time to cash out.
Yeah, he's not the most reliable.
No,
player
and
especially the Roger doing well on the
with a
10,
bit of a
just
weird
doesn't-
one, Stuart Dallas.
Stuart Dallas.
Oh,
Dallas.
I
Disagree.
yeah, I disagree.
I reckon he's been injured this whole season.
See, but the
you're
thing
not
is,
gonna
though,
get any
He's
money
getting,
for it.
he's getting,
So
he's
why-
getting,
how
he's
would you
getting.
Yeah, no, but he does play when he's fit.
See, but
He's
he does play when he's fit.
he's injured and
Yeah, but
well,
how would
he's
you
getting
sell
old.
him?
Yeah, but how are you going to sell the
How are you
guy
going to
that's
sell him
injured?
if he's injured?
How are you going to sell the guy that's
You
injured?
could have sold him if
Get
he's
rid of
injured.
wages.
To be fair,
mate.
City did it with Sane, but
Just Hill is injured.
That's because he
Here-
was.
here's my thing.
That's because
Here's my
they
thing.
probably had their
Just
deal.
get rid of
Stuart
some
Dallas.
wages, lad.
Stuart Dallas, before his injury, all right, and we haven't seen him after his injury, so we can't tell. But before his injury, he was one of
Very
Leeds'
quality.
most consistent players. Always shows up, always puts in a shift. Can play in the midfield, can play fullback. Like the guy can do a lot. You can't sell him, or you can't make a judgment of,
No.
he's going to be, crap. He hasn't come back yet. We need to give it time.
You can't really do it.
I got one we can't disagree with. This is undisputed. Jack Harrison, get him. I'm kidding.
He's
No,
No.
Leeds
no.
from the top of your head.
He's their best player.
Oh,
He is their best.
I love Jack Harrison.
Yeah, I hope he
Love
goes
that
to
man.
United.
He's a king. He's a king.
Jack Harrison.
Yeah, just because Alex met him, I just wanted him to go to United.
No, I loved-
Solely
I loved
for
him
that-
beforehand.
Solely for that
We stand
reason.
Jack Harrison.
I
We
love-
stand Jack
I
Harrison.
loved him
Too
beforehand.
wide for me.
Oh, I want that man's shirt. If anyone can source me a Jack Harrison
I picked
shirt, please hit
Patrick
me up.
Bamford because he's not consistent enough injury-wise, fitness-wise. He does play when he's fit, of course, as you know, good quote. But
He
play
does
with
though.
fit.
Like
yeah, he
what,
plays
'cause
when he plays when he's fit. Yeah,
he does play
yeah,
when
but
he's
some
fit.
people don't play when they're fit. You know what I mean? Naby Keita doesn't play when he's fit.
that's because he's
That's-
shit.
he does
Yeah.
well.
What's the?
So he trains when he's fit though, so he still plays.
He trains when he's
No, but
He's
Toby,
fit.
it's not the fact that you made that point. It's the fact that we were talking about why you wouldn't keep injury-prone players, and then you said, but he plays when he's fit.
No. Because Daniel said he doesn't play and he's injury prone. But he does play. He plays when he's fit. He plays
No.
14 out of 18 games.
Did he say he doesn't play and he's injury prone, or
Yes.
doesn't play because he's injury prone?
But he said he doesn't play and he's injury prone.
Ah, okay. I thought
Yeah.
you said he doesn't play
Dumb
because
bitch.
he's injury prone, and you disagreed with that, and I was just like, what is this fucking
Dumb
idiot
bitch.
doing?
No,
And he's
that's
not
what
even-
that's what I meant.
Yeah,
He doesn't play because he's injury prone.
Yeah,
So
there
he's
you
set.
go.
Moving on.
Plays when
Leicester. Iheanacho. Or Ndidi. Either one of them.
Marty,
Doesn't matter.
bro. Marty.
Iheanacho
I
by
went for Marty.
You know who?
Marty.
Yeah, he's bad, but like I don't think they're
no,
gonna sell
he's
him.
See-
bad. It's him. It's just Danny Ward and Marty.
In terms
Well,
of
the
players,
Africans,
in
bro.
terms of players that need to go, Amati priority one. End of the
terrible.
season, get Danny Ward out. In terms of players I'd like to see go, Ihani Nacho Nanana needs to. I'd love to see him
I
get.
remember the
a move away.
Rashford comparisons from Ian Nacho.
Oh, he could have been so good
No,
if he stayed
no,
with
sh-
City, man.
not even
oh,
stay-
Oh no, he was
He
gonna
would've been
start
so
over.
good.
He was gonna start over Aguero.
he was starting over Jesus, bro.
It's not even like if he stayed at City. If Leicester started playing him after that good like half a season he had, but
Yeah.
he's just been rotting the bench and he's too good for that in my opinion. He has so much potential. That's why I say get him out.
so much better.
And Didi
pass
as well.
back.
He's kind of
better
riding the
pass
bench.
back, in my opinion.
And Amati's just shit.
Yeah, Martin's just bad.
Yeah, man. Daniel's thoughts?
Same as Ruben, lad. Get
Marty?
that fucking Danny Ward out.
Oh,
And
I
I'm
said
Mar-
I said a Marty.
yeah.
I said sell a Marty.
Yeah, but you brought up the Ward points
Oh,
as
yeah,
well.
Ward-
Did.
Ward was sh-
Danny Ward get it
It's
out.
like I want to make a futsal comparison to Amati and Danny Ward in the back line, but I don't think I will.
No, I don't think I will.
Georgie,
If we get into that
Georgie
conversation,
versus
then
Danny
it's gonna
Ward,
cause
who
a
will
lot of
win?
problems.
Swiftly,
Right, who will win?
moving
Georgie
on.
and Danny or
Swiftly
Danny Ward?
moving.
Swiftly moving
Swiftly
on.
moving on.
Swiftly moving on.
Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace now.
Crystal Palace. If
You
everyone's
know,
waiting.
I did
went
want him
up.
to cash in on Zaha, but he's probably not going to leave, and no club's probably going to. Top 6 clubs going to sign
Bring
him.
him to the carpet.
Yeah, I went boring here. I said James Tompkins, but if I had to think of any other players to get rid of, I'd make an argument. Maybe Jeffrey Schlupp. Maybe.
He's good.
He's
I
good.
like him.
I think
But
they
I
can
think they
get
can get
decent
money
money
for
for him, and
They
I'm not
definitely
not very moved by him, to be honest. I reckon the only reason they really have a need for him is because Olise and Eze are pretty injury
He
prone.
plays though pretty consistently.
He does. He plays when he's fit, but
Mm.
you know. No. But I'm not moved by him, but I think they could get decent money for him if they tried. So, yeah.
I said Jordan Ayew.
Who?
Yeah, Jordan Ayew.
Jordan Ayew.
I think he's past his prime. I think they should.
That's not a bad shout.
I just think they need to get rid of him. I think they need to replace him.
He's
I
looked
think
past his prime for 21 since he was 21. But
His
exactly the
mostly
point,
because
bro. His
mostly
hairline's
because the hairline, bro. It's the hairline.
crazy.
Nah, Gardner Jordan Ayew, though.
He really
Garner
looks like
Jordan
Abdi
Ayew.
Pele's son. Like you can tell. You can tell.
He actually does.
Nah,
man.
don't
He
disrespect
does.
Garner Jordan Ayew, though.
But like, yeah, but
I know
I'm
it's
disrespecting
crazy.
a Palace Jordan Ayew.
Yeah,
He was
I
good a
know.
few seasons. He's just not been the same, man.
Yeah.
I think they just need to replace him. Daniel Rubin, any thoughts?
Yeah, I was probably going to say Ayew, to be honest.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I might go for another one because I like this player and I don't want him in the shit anymore.
Hey,
And
Palace are good.
what?
Palace are
Voice
good.
crack. Voice crack 4.
Again,
Palace are
That's good. Nah, Anderson.
Joachim Anderson.
could see him leaving.
You could get big money for him nowadays, I reckon.
he's worth
I reckon
quite,
one more season.
quite a bag at the moment. Even though he had the shit
I'd say
performance
30,
with Denmark,
35
but I reckon
He
he's.
I reckon
exposed that fraud Nunes, didn't he?
I reckon you can get more from him if he stays the season, but
You
that's a
reckon?
good shout.
You
Yeah.
reckon?
40 mil, something like
Yeah.
that.
Because
I can see a
he's only
Chelsea or
coming
something
through now.
paying that kind of
It's the
money.
same way with like Enzo Fernandez, right? If he stays another season at Benfica, I reckon you get more money from him if he does really good performances. I reckon he's only really started to come through this season. I reckon if he comes,
You can go either way because the player's only getting a year older, so that if they don't live up to the expectations that you're expecting of them, the price will only go
I
down.
think that's what I'm saying. I think he will though. So I reckon if you wait, maybe if you wait a season, but it's still a good shout.
Fair enough.
Aston Villa.
Oh, that's easy. Well, for one, I think I've got 2 picks. I got Ashley Young, and I got Tyrone Mings, and that's Tyrone Mings.
Yeah.
We can't really argue with Tyrone
Yeah.
Mings.
Yeah.
He's absolutely shit.
I think he should leave, but I don't think he will
Yeah.
leave.
No, because they don't have any other left-footed
Yeah.
centre-back choices. That's why I think.
Actually, that's
they should
kind
go
of
for
it.
Tyrone
Now that
Mings.
you think about it, it's not really the bet. I mean, yeah.
But he should leave. He's
he
not
should.
good.
He's
Oh
not.
no, 100%.
But I'd probably
Should
go with
sell him.
Ashley Young, to be honest.
Aston Villa is one of those clubs where I could genuinely pick you out like maybe 10 guys that I think probably should or could leave for different reasons.
I'm going on a similar wave to Ruben, but I said Ezri Konsa because I think
Yep.
get a different centre back in, sell him. We also get more from than Tyrone Mings, in my opinion. Or it's just a bit better.
Yeah.
I think he's better. I don't know if you get more actually. I just think he's the more sellable one out of the two at the club.
Yeah, it
I
makes
just think it's a
sense.
bad time to sell centre backs at this point, for
You
the,
reckon?
especially with Diego Carlos out.
Yes, I'm saying this is more like an end of the season thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Fair enough. Look, current moment, if I had to sell someone, I'd go Marvelous Nakamba, personally, just because squad player, don't really need him. If I'm looking at end of the season,
What?
Continue.
Continue.
if I'm looking at end of the season, it'd be something like Buendia,
he did live
Mings,
up to the hype.
Konsa,
Get Edwards in there.
Gilbert, Augustinson, like guys would like that would be on the chopping block for me, in my opinion. Luca Digne as well.
Apparently,
Luca
Emi
Digne as well.
Martinez wants out because he's had beef with Emery.
You could get big money for Emi Martinez.
Oh yeah, buying
Luca
him
Digne,
for him.
I have been so disappointed with that man at Aston Villa. I thought he was going to light the world on fire when he joined, but
Should have said Everton, but Daniel, thoughts on Villa? Who should they sell?
Who should
Come with Ruben, Tyrone Mings, get that man out, and Ashley Lung.
Ashley Lung.
Avery Young. I said Avery Young. Lad.
Ashley Clunge.
Avery
Look,
Young.
Ashley
yeah.
Young is a good solid squad
He's a
player,
solid
but
player, but I reckon he can do.
he's just too old. He's
I
like,
reckon
is
he can do something with one of those relegation sides, probably.
He's just past it, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I reckon he'll do well with one of the
You know,
relegating sides.
he was at United for a long time. He did a solid job as a squad player. Then he just got past it, especially that performance against Barcelona in the Champions League. He was just not.
Yeah.
Do you want to maybe get water before recording, maybe?
Yeah.
He did. He's filled up twice. He's filled up twice. But
I'm thirsty.
that's the 11th team in the league, boys. You know what that means? We're halfway through.
Oh.
Time for Toby's special news segment.
Oh no.
Toby's prepared something for today. That
We
makes
haven't been
good
told
TikTok
about this
clips.
either.
I know.
We haven't been told
Alright,
about
so
We're gonna
it.
strip
The
tease.
the big reveal. Toby's new game. We're gonna do this every episode. 20 questions. Yes or no questions. 20 yes or no questions. Guess the player.
Go.
For fuck's sake, here we go.
You all know who he is. Could be retired. Could be still playing. 20 yes or no questions.
be shit
Guess
at
who it
this.
is.
Go.
Yeah, questions. So basically, like, what are they good? You know, like, where do they play position?
So we get 20 questions and we have to. Is it first one to guess who it is?
You get 20 questions combined. You're all trying to get
We get
it.
a punishment.
Okay.
No, you're all trying to get it.
Alright.
It's
So
a
what
lot of
happens if we
teamwork.
don't get it?
I tell you who it is.
Alright.
Fair play.
I'll keep tally.
Surely we got to do a
Go.
punishment for this.
No, I'll keep tally, and then maybe after a year, at the end of the year, we
The loser gets
we see who wins.
End of
Go.
the season. End
We
of the
create
season.
one.
Go.
End of the season.
Go.
Yeah. All right, 20 questions. Go.
Is it Jake Bremer?
One question.
Shut the fuck.
One question.
Shut up.
I have his Wikipedia here, so I can tell you facts.
Okay.
Okay, what league does he play in?
Yes or no, you dumb fuck.
Sorry.
What league does he play in? Yes.
Is it okay?
So you can ask like,
Does he play in the top 5 leagues?
yes.
So we're asking current. Okay. Does he currently play in the Premier League?
Again, I think he might want to get this. I said for retired or current. It's
Okay. Okay. Is he currently playing?
no,
Okay.
but to help you, he did play top 5 leagues when he played.
Okay.
For majority.
Well, so like he's known for playing in one of the top 5 leagues.
We going around the circle here. So
It's up to you.
Did he play in the Premier League?
Yes.
You can't ask vague questions. You have to be. Is he best known for playing in?
Oh, I'm just guessing.
No,
Is
but
it? Is
did-
it? Okay,
did
hold
play
on.
in the
I got a
Let
question.
me, let me
I
do
know,
let me
but,
do my
like,
work.
Shut up.
Yeah, I know.
Shut up. Right.
Let me do
Listen.
my work.
Listen. Was he a legend for one of the top 6 clubs?
No.
Or is
Okay.
it John Flanagan?
Oh.
Oh, he was a legend.
I
He
was
a-
so close to doing John Flanagan. You don't know. I was so close. But that's 5
Okay,
questions. Keep
that's
going.
5 questions.
Is John Flanagan? No,
Um,
I'm joking.
Is he a legend in? Is he a legend in the Premier League?
Yes, I'll say yes.
Okay.
6 questions. Shit, you're gonna get it. I can't lie. I chose an easy player.
Okay.
Hmm.
So wait, here's what I'm thinking. If it's not in the top 6, you got clubs like Newcastle, you got Bolton. I kind of think it might be JJ Okocha, just because he's probably gone with JJ Okocha.
Is that a question? Is that a
No,
question?
it's not a question. Hence why I didn't.
I
ask
did buy him on FIFA yesterday, so you might refresh on my
You got
mind.
Newcastle, you got Bolton. What other clubs you got?
Let Daniel ask his question.
One sec. No, you
Leeds.
guys keep going.
Don't Google. No, you can't Google it. You
No,
can't
I'm
Google
not
it.
Googling it. I'm not Googling it. I'm going on Instagram.
Ask your question.
Do I know this player?
I'm counting that, but I did say at the start you all know who they are.
God, Daniel!
Are we counting? I didn't
What's
even know.
wrong with
Yes,
you?
you get 20 questions.
It's 20 questions, you idiot! Oh my!
Alright, Ruben, question.
Alright. Okay. Was he known for his goal scoring ability?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
8 questions. Wait, who started?
Alright.
Who started? Yeah.
So we're on
8. You're on 8.
Was he a midfielder?
No.
Ask him if what was he a defender?
Was he a defender?
Yes.
Okay. And he's not known for the big 6.
Ruben, let's go.
No. You gotta give us
Let
time.
Ruben ask his question, bro. Let Ruben ask his question. You're on 10 questions. I think you'll get it. It's pretty
Specific
easy.
position. I reckon you got.
Okay. Was he a centre back?
No. Goalkeeper counts as defense, by the way.
No, it doesn't.
No,
Yes,
it
it does.
does
It does
not.
not.
It does
I can't
not.
If I
Goalkeeper
say,
defense.
what are your favorite defenders? No one says Gigi Buffon.
It's part of the defense. It's part of the
Are you
it's part of the
serious?
defense, though.
That's so
No.
stupid.
I count as defense.
No.
See,
I-
he's doing
You've
that to
mugged
throw
us
off.
over.
He's doing that to throw us
It's
off.
your-
He's mugged us over.
No, he's doing it
If
to
you
throw us
really want to know, ask if it's a goalkeeper. Ask if it's a goalkeeper then.
No, I'm not going to. We're on 11 questions, right? Yeah.
Tim Howard's a big
Shut
out top
up.
6
Shut
legend.
up. Shut up.
I wanna make
Is
this
he
scroll.
a... Oh my god.
Just guess a position, lad. It's not that.
Is he a
difficult.
right back?
No.
Is he a goalkeeper?
No.
He's a left back. Okay, he's a left back.
You're gonna ask? You
So
don't know.
No.
You
We
don't
know
know.
he's a left back.
You might be wing back.
No.
Fuck off.
Okay, so we know he's a left
Touch
back.
You're on
I will
13
touch
questions.
you, boy.
You're on
13
13
we've got some
questions.
questions left. So it's outside the top 6. So not outside the big 6. Sorry. So not Arsenal, not City, obviously.
We know who they are, lad.
No.
You don't have to say
we
that.
know.
Oh, we've done 13
13
questions.
Wait,
or-
what are the
13.
top 6?
You have
Alex?
done
You said-
13
We've
questions.
done 13.
Arsenal, City, Chelsea, Tottenham.
The
You
top,
know,
Tottenham.
Newcastle might be
Fucking
top 6. You know.
So,
13 questions. Let Ruben ask his question, man.
bro, we're trying to discuss.
No, let
We're
Ruben do
trying
it.
to
Let Ruben do it.
Oh, shut up. Are you with us or against us here?
Let Ruben do it.
Oh, man.
His first question was it Jake Brimmer?
Well, discuss on your question. Let Ruben ask.
Okay.
Okay. Was... Okay.
I feel like you should get it. It's pretty easy. Once you know left back outside the big 6, legend, it's pretty fucking easy.
It's just not though, is it?
How is it not, bro? It's so easy.
Not. It's just not easy, bro.
Ruben, guess.
Is he in the top 8 nationalities from FIFA?
Yes. It's not.
I was gonna ask that.
That helps.
No, I was gonna ask that.
No, that's the he's a retired Premier League legend, and you ask what fucking nation if he's in the top 8 nations. I'm gonna give you this right now. No fucking shit. He's English. He's fucking retired Premier League legend. That's a
see,
free.
that helps.
That's so, we ask him his top 8 nations.
Oh, hold on. Can I risk this? This is
Yeah,
really-
sure.
You got it.
Sure, go. Do it.
No.
Do it.
Don't
Do
tell
it.
him the answer. Just say what
Do
you
it.
think
Do
it might
it.
be
Do
to
it. Do it. Do it.
This is to me.
Say it out loud. It's not gonna
Can I text it to you?
Just
No,
say
you
it
don't
out
have to.
loud.
You don't have to.
No,
He's not
okay.
going to take it as the answer because this
Okay.
isn't our final answer.
I think Leighton Baines.
You reckon Leighton Baines? Okay. So wait, it's my turn now, right? Is the final answer Leighton Baines? Yes!
Yes!
Yes! Yes!
Get him! Yes! Fuck, make him squeal!
Don't make me squeal.
Watch the
Yes,
camera.
Daniel.
Big.
Yes.
I didn't do anything.
That was me!
Come on.
That was all me!
I didn't turn around.
Because I gave you English.
Fuck, Jake.
Yeah, because I said the top 8 nations, bro.
Yeah, because it was the most.
So that was me.
You shouldn't have given us English, bro. I was going back in my head. I was just like, wait, who did Petit play for
It
again,
was the
bro?
dumbest question of my. But he was top 6. It was Arsenal.
I know. I forgot for a
It's the
second.
dumbest question.
I was going to the
retired Premier
Newcastle
League
left back.
What nation is he from? No shit. If he's not in the big 6, of course he's English, bro. Alright.
Oh, you actually don't know that,
Could have
actually.
been Ashley Colley's from Africa.
Oh shit, man.
Yeah, he's in Chelsea, man.
Yeah.
Not top 5, mate.
He's from Africa.
Let's move forward.
That was so
Chelsea.
Good segment,
I
Toby.
have Kante because he's always injured and he's getting old. So
I got Conor Gallagher.
Yeah, I was going to do the same. Conor
yeah,
Gallagher.
that's fair.
God, who did I
They can
have?
make some cash off a mid-table team and they don't play him. So.
Crystal Palace, yeah.
Conor Gallagher. Yeah.
I had
Conor
a
Gallagher.
certain
Yeah, who
World
was it?
Cup. I was going to say World Cup Messi, but Messi was actually good in the World Cup. So, Hakim Ziyech.
No.
Hakim Ziyech.
No.
Yeah, I could see.
Think-
No.
He's surplus to requirements
keep
at
him.
Chelsea.
No.
Don't think he fits Potter's system well at all.
Didn't fit too.
And I think they can cash in for him for a decent amount now
Yeah.
I
because
reckon
his
so.
stock has
I
definitely
reckon-
risen after that World Cup.
Yeah.
I think Milan were in for him not so long ago, so I think if they do have a couple of suitors, especially in Serie A, I do think that they could get some really good.
That's
players.
the
a
one
pretty
man
good
I wanted
pick.
to say. That's the one.
He doesn't
person I
play.
wanted to
He
say.
doesn't
Huh?
play.
I
He's
don't, I
terrible
know.
when he
That's
plays
why I'm
as
going
well.
to say I want to sell Potter.
You want to sell?
Moving on.
Fuck
Moving
that,
on.
man.
Brentford. I told
Fan. Why do you care?
Brentford.
Oh, yeah.
Ruben, who you have
Sorry.
for
I
Brentford?
don't care.
Brentford. That's the thing. They're not in a position where I can say they can sell Tony because they need him.
Especially for the rest of the season.
This thing. Couldn't really think. Oh,
Do you wanna come back
no,
to
I'm
you?
kidding.
Come back to you.
Yeah, get back to me,
I'll
please.
slap
I love
Brentford.
you so much.
I'm tempted to say Mikkel Damsgaard just because I'm disappointed that they haven't used him much.
Yeah.
I had someone Godos down here just because surplus to requirements, not really needed. But yeah, if I had to throw one out there, I'd say Mikkel Damsgaard just because I think he's still very good, and I'd like to see him do more. Did very well at Sampdoria.
I again sticking with the theme. I had a club to buy this guy, so I'm just you can get some money from him. Get on, get out. He's kind of just there for the.
I
ride.
think they could cash in on David Raya, to be honest. Clubs want
Who?
him. David Raya. They could,
Raya.
Yeah, Raya.
They
think they
could.
need him, though. I think he's
United
good.
were in for him, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
A lot
think
of
he
a
could
lot
have
of the top. He's known for his distribution. I think he could probably get a decent buck out of him, to be honest.
No, 100%.
Yeah. Daniel,
Honestly, have no clue there.
fair dues.
Honestly, don't.
I agree. No, 100%.
Yeah, says. Moving on. Brighton. I said I reckon you got McAllister there that's gonna go to a big
Oh
club.
yeah, I was
Mm.
going
I
to
think
say.
if you
Yeah.
play your
that
cards
World
right,
Cup is going to get him.
you play your cards right, you could get 70, 80
And I
mil
think
for him.
they've
Yeah.
done all right without him when he hasn't
reckon-
played.
I reckon
I
he
think
goes
that
to
would
an
be the
Arsenal, not
sensible
gonna lie.
choice for them right now. McAllister is fantastic, but I don't think he gets the similar, like, sort of... You don't get the same type of use out of him for Brighton than you do
And
for
I feel like
Argentina.
Brighton aren't necessarily like crying to keep him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
anyway,
you can get so much money from him. His stock's gonna
Yeah.
go down at the end of the
I
season.
reckon he
Sell
can
him
get an
now.
Arsenal call up.
I reckon
Arsenal call
Chelsea.
Arsenal call up.
I don't reckon Arsenal. I reckon
Interesting.
Chelsea or something fits him a bit better. But
I think there's Brighton have plenty of squad players you could look to get rid of. Welbeck, Dennis Undav as well. Tariq Lamptey could probably go as well. Yeah, few players.
I think
in there.
Lamptey
Billy
or
Gilmore
McAllister.
as well. Billy Gilmore.
Oh, don't do that to Lewis.
Oh, you stole my pick, lad.
Might be.
You just looked over and stole my pick.
Sorry.
Yeah, who's your pick? Daniel?
Danny Welbeck.
Fast. Classic. It's my guy on pro clubs. But yeah, moving on.
Original Toby.
Fulham till I die. I said Harry Wilson because I think using him off the bench, he's so much better than off a bench player. So I reckon sell him, get some money for him,
Yep. I went
replace him with someone
for
cheaper that does the same job.
two players. I went Nathaniel Chalobah, and I also went for Tom. Is it Todd Kearney? Tom Kearney.
Oh yeah,
He's been there
Tom
for
Kearney.
a while.
He has been there for a while, but he hasn't really got that much use out of him this season, particularly because Pereira has just been fantastic. And I really think that Fulham...
I think players can. I think clubs will cash in for him as well.
You reckon?
Tom Kearney.
Really?
I honestly think Fulham at this stage, while they're in a good spot with their squad, I think they need to be looking to invest in the future in some younger players they can bring through. One of them I definitely think is a Cam. I like Pereira. I think he's been good this season. I don't think he's a long-term option. I think he's very hit or miss at times. He's been very good this season when he's played consistently, and I think that's probably a large factor in it. But yeah, I think bringing in a new exciting Cam would definitely do them some good, and I think because of that, Todd Kearney or Tom Kearney, however you say his first name, should make way.
Yeah.
Brilliant, Chester. Daniel for Fulham. Who do you reckon?
I reckon a Daniel James.
Get rid of him?
Yeah.
They just signed him though.
Yeah,
I can
but
see why. I mean, look, he's never been sensational.
Dog shit.
To be honest, Dan James.
Get him while he still has the sort of pricey little
for me,
number
I know,
before he gets down to like
United,
100k.
I feel like United used Dan James in the wrong way because Ole started starting him the minute he started scoring goals. For me, Dan James is that guy you bring on when everyone's tired. You just want to play long balls and you can just run onto them.
I wouldn't get rid of him if I were Fulham. He's got good dance moves, bro. Have you seen those videos?
And you know what? For a mid-table club, he's got a really good work ethic. He just wasn't good enough for United. For me, he does the job for a mid-table team. Works incredibly hard. He's quick, somewhat skillful. Yeah, subpar finish.
And also,
Yeah.
Bobby Reed, lad.
Yeah.
Get that.
Deco
fucker
Dover
out.
Reed, I wouldn't get
Get
rid
him
of
out.
just unless they find a better option, especially because Cabano's out injured now. I rate Cabano, by the way. I do. I am a fan of
He's
Cabano.
decent at the start of the season.
He
Moving
was.
forward, I want to skip Liverpool, United, and City just so we can.
Oh,
we'll
wow,
talk
okay.
Why?
We'll talk about them later.
because we have probably a lot to say about them.
Yeah.
So we'll go straight to Spurs.
Top Spur.
Top Spurs.
Emerson Royale. That's
Top
easy.
Spurs.
Emerson.
I'm sorry.
bro.
I'm so sorry.
Emerson Royale. That's a
Emerson, yeah,
that's
it's
a
a
no-brainer.
Yeah.
I have Brian Gill just because like
Oh, yeah, Brian Gill from Sevilla. Bro.
yeah, shit's fine.
Brian.
Looks like the Don from Big Bang Theory.
Let's try and rattle through these.
He was
couple.
he was
Brian Gill
supposed
they
to
could
pop
genuinely
off.
get good money for, but
That's
I
what
feel
I'm
like
saying.
they could use him. I feel like he could.
He doesn't play, man. Get him out.
He plays not there.
Well,
last
you're gonna pick him over Son, Brian
Or
Gill. over Son.
Kulusevski, bro. No way.
I went for Emerson Royale as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As much as I love the.
He's such a memey player, bro.
I know.
He's
Yeah.
I want
tragic.
to.
Fake.
Let me see that reverse pass one last time,
Bro,
please.
Well,
Fake as
Spurs is
Brazilian.
pretty easy, so I think
Ah,
we should
yeah,
probably
yeah.
That
move
is
on.
Barca's
Get him out.
Let's go to Newcastle. I have.
Chris Wood, bro. That's easy. Get him out. He's shit.
Oh, is this Newcastle?
yeah.
Chris
I
Wood.
have Ryan Fraser because I reckon I don't know what his wages are.
Oh
but
yeah.
I have a
That's
I have a
fact,
feeling he'll be on a
yeah.
high wage.
Is it because of his
He
wages?
will be.
I don't know, but I have a feeling.
I feel he's on decent wage.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Got
saying.
him
I think from my knowledge, he'd be on a
for a
decent
free
wage.
agency from
Yeah.
Bournemouth. So
Bournemouth.
I feel like he would be on decent wage. I just don't feel like they need him, to be honest, especially with this current
points,
squad.
points,
Almiron's on
yeah.
form.
Mhm.
They've got Garen Qual now. They don't really need Ryan
Garen
Fra-
Cole
no,
in the mid.
he's going to go
Garen
out
Cole
on, he's
doing a shift in the
To be
midfield.
fair, Ryan Fraser's a winner.
honestly, he's going to go out on loan. Eddie Howe said he's
Yeah.
going to go out on loan. I'd love to see him get a few bench appearances before he goes, but he won't. He won't, obviously. But
Yeah.
I went for Emil Kraft and Ryan Fraser as well. Yeah, just Fraser. I don't think is needed. Pretty much dead wood at this point. He gets a few starts here and there, but
Speaking of Wood, Chris Wood. That's what
We
you
mentioned
said.
him, bro.
Yeah.
He's Deadwood.
That's fair.
He's
It's
ass.
just
He's
a good signing, though.
definitely a
at the
Deadwood.
time.
A good signing at the
Yeah,
time,
mate,
but
it helped him stay up.
Yeah,
Mm.
but to be honest, they don't need him anymore. Especially
don't,
with
he
the
should
oil
go.
Money.
He's trash.
That's my pick.
I don't see
them get that
good money for him though. But
Yeah, but they've already got enough money, bro.
they're rolling.
Moving on.
oh
Moving
yeah,
on.
that is a good point.
Moving on. Let's go Arsenal. Ruben had a really good one of this. Oh, you said Cedric.
I said Cedric.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah. Well, the other day we were talking, and you were telling me about Nuno Tavares because he's on loan at
Yeah, oh yeah,
at
he
Marseille,
was.
but he's on loan. I reckon.
Did you actually find out if he was on loan? or
Yeah, he's
not?
on loan at Marseille, so they still have him.
I think
reckon at the end of
Marseille
the
will
season-
cash in on him.
I reckon, yeah, you could sell him to Marseille at the end of the season because he's been playing
The
well.
Black Alex Tellez, bro.
He's been playing well at Marseille though. So,
Yeah.
Alex, thoughts on Arsenal?
Yeah, I definitely think you could look at Nuno Tavares as someone to get rid of. I put look, you've got several defensive options as well that you could look to maybe shift on. I think you could get not good money, but decent money for guys like Rob Holding and Cedric Suarez as well. Takahiro Tomiyasu was a weird one for me. I don't think they should get rid of him. I rate him very highly, but I still think you could get really nice money for him. But
For
that's
me,
if
he's
they
a
want
good
money.
squad player.
Here's my only thought process. If they're saving up to have a big window, and get guys like Mudryk and other guys to improve their midfield and stuff like that, they'd obviously be looking to raise money. I don't think they need to raise as much money to sell guys like Takahiro Tomiyasu, but it is an option because I do think they have other options there.
Well, he's good though.
Other guys, Reece Nelson could go. I think it'd be the betterment of for the betterment of his career because he's not getting too many starts. But I still think I really think he could use a move to maybe like a Burnley when they come back up or something like that. Just a team that needs good, pacey wingers that can take on their man.
Absolutely
and just
right.
good on the ball. I think that he would be a good pickup for most low Premier League teams. And if he proves himself, he can get a move back up to the big six. But that remains to be seen because right now he just doesn't get enough game time to prove it.
Yeah. Daniel, Arsenal, any thoughts?
A lot of people will probably disagree with this, but Smith Rowe.
Oh,
That's-
not star boy.
It's not bad.
It's
but
not
it's
the-
not
it's not the worst
amazing.
shout. It's not the worst shout.
He just doesn't play to me.
He's injured, bro. He's been injured all season.
He has been
but
injured
like-
a lot,
He
but
still don't fit.
Especially now that they're
Doesn't
trying to
really
bring in Mudryk as well.
Exactly.
Yeah,
They're not
that's
gonna,
my
not going to
thought
fit him in
process.
Move him to
anymore.
the 10.
It's
I
not-
honestly still think you can get easy like 40, 45 mil.
Exactly.
It's not
He's
terrible.
worth-
but I do think he deserves another chance.
He's worth
to be
a pretty
honest.
good price tag at the moment, and they're looking for replacements.
To be
already.
honest, it's not. I think he
Replacing him.
deserves
No,
another chance.
not to replace him, but they want to replace that role.
I think he deserves
like
another
Smith Rowe.
chance.
I
He
like him
definitely
too much.
deserves
It
another chance.
doesn't matter if you like him or not.
Yeah.
The club might sell
He
him.
deserves another chance.
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't
he
think
deserves
they
another
won't
chance,
sell
but
him.
then you gotta question it. Like they're bringing in guys like Fabio Vieira. They're
Mudryk.
they're twerking for Mudryk right now. Like
Still won't sell him.
it's odd. It's odd, but
Because Mudryk is on
and they were going in for Cody Gakpo as well. Like they were going to do a double signing with Gakpo and Mudryk. So it begs the question: are they looking for another signing after Mudryk in the attacking department? I don't think they should be. I think they're fine, but I think they should be looking to shore up that midfield and that defensive depth with some younger players. But yeah, it just makes you think. It just makes you wonder.
Moving on. I'll start with Liverpool. Yeah, who do you guys have? I have one in particular.
I've picked a few. I've picked one. I think Naby Keita's shit for one. I think James. They won't get anything out of Milner, but obviously he has to go.
No, keep him in. I love that guy.
Let him retire there. Like it's
All right, moving on. We're now going to Liverpool after a short break to charge Toby's laptop. But Liverpool, we did have this discussion already. But who do you guys reckon?
I was going for Naby Keita or James Milner.
any particular reason why, Ruben?
Well, James Milner. Well, for one, they're not going to get a profit out of James Milner. He's just shit and he needs to go. Naby Keita, deadwood, really. Doesn't play. Yeah, doesn't play.
Very true. Not good player. Alex?
I had another. Well, I originally had Naby Keita, but I got two more names to throw into the ring. I've got Nat Phillips. I don't really think they need him, and if they're going to go for a fifth choice centre back, at least have it be a younger player that they can sort of mould into whatever Klopp would like out of a centre back. And also Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Maybe less so now, just because there's a lack of fit players in the forward line, but I definitely think they should look at replacing him in the off-season.
Absolutely.
Especially with Fabio Carvalho only getting better, Harvey Elliott looking good as well, and Cody Gakpo just getting signed. I think it's near the end of Oxlade-Chamberlain's stint at Liverpool. Daniel.
I got three.
Huh?
I got three.
You got three.
Three.
Yeah.
Okay, you just
I gathered.
I
Could've
like
just
being
said three.
special.
We speak English on this podcast.
We got Naby Keita, of course.
What a stupid.
Oxlade-Chamberlain. And Firmino.
Firmino.
That's it. He's not been too bad this season.
Yeah, I reckon just get him out.
That's actually not.
I'm not
too
saying
bad
because
of a
he's
shout,
shit.
you know.
I'm just saying because he's...
I know he's not a top
Uh-huh.
10 striker in the world, but like
Look, you got...
he gets the job done.
Oh, you got Nunes.
yeah, but
even
you
though
really
he's
you got to
shit.
put
No,
Nunes
no.
over Firmino.
Nunes.
To be fair, Gakpo can play striker.
You got Gakpo
Yeah,
and
I'm
Jota that
confident
can
he
play
can play
striker.
That is true.
And,
Yeah.
and it's crazy because not a
Firmino's
single
not the
one of
worst
them
argument.
has performed better than Firmino this season. Except Gakpo.
I don't
obviously,
know.
for Liverpool.
Jota's
No.
been-
I'm not shitting on the take. I'd agree. I don't think we should sell because I'm pretty sure his contract might be up at the end of the season or something like that. But
Yeah.
I don't think he gets renewed. But I'm surprised none of you said his name. But Joe Gomez,
Yeah.
stupid light skinned twat.
I wanted to leave that one for you.
Yeah, what a fucking
Mm.
shittest footballer I've seen in my
He's a
life.
backup right back, remember?
Who's the backup? Who was that backup right back again?
Calvin
Calvin
Ramsey.
Ramsey.
No, it was Joe Gomez, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was
Yeah,
Joe
Joe
Gomez.
Gomez.
Yeah,
if
he's
we
very
didn't just make
shit.
that joke.
He's a shit footballer. He's a shit footballer. That's all I have to say. He's a shit footballer. I don't think we should sell Nat Phillips. I think he should be our fourth choice.
I do think Joe Gomez.
Fourth choice.
Yeah, after Van
Van
Dijk,
Dijk,
Matip,
Konate.
Konate, Nat Phillips. Who else is there?
I'd get a younger fourth choice in, if I'm being honest.
I like Nat Phillips. I
Nah.
like him. Composed centre back, does the job. Yeah, but Joe Gomez is shit. I just hate him. I hate him with a passion. Naby Keita's shit as well. He went bold. Doesn't look good on him.
Yeah.
I don't mind Knox. He's good for the social media, so keep him in.
I do think Naby Keita and Joe Gomez should start against us. I think that'd be a great competition.
Who else? Who else do you guys say?
What was that?
Firmino, I'm pretty sure his contract ends at the end of the season. I don't think it's getting renewed. I think he's going to go. Who else do you guys say? Who do you say? Is that it?
I said Ox, Phillips, and Keita.
Oh, yeah, that's about it. Anyone else I'd like to see go? Nah, that's about it, to be fair. Everyone else can stay relatively. But yeah, moving on. We'll go to City. We'll change it up instead of doing City last. I said Mahrez. I think it's his time to go.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't argue with that. It's quite hard to see who City really need to sell, to be honest.
I would say, on the contrary, I think if I look at that entire City squad, I think we shouldn't be selling a single player in that entire squad. Because I think the squad's at a point right now where we're on the verge of having sort of a semi-big rebuild of the squad as it's aging a bit, but it's just not that far along enough. I think Mahrez needs to stay at least another season because I think Cole Palmer could be a pretty good alternative to him or a good replacement for him since he's coming through the academy, but I think he needs at least another season to sort of develop and learn under guys like Mahrez. But yeah, I think if I had to axe one player from that squad, it would be certain Mr. Aymeric Laporte.
I was thinking Gundogan as well.
Here's the thing with Gundogan. You know what? It would be between Gundogan and Laporte for me. My only problem is I'd keep... Actually, no, I wouldn't keep Gundogan.
You shit on him on Twitter. The Gundogan slam.
I think Gundogan would be the most likely to go, and he'd be the one that I'd prefer to go out of the two. Just because I can see us replacing him with Bellingham pretty much instantly. I don't think they play the same role, but I think it'd be a good opportunity to get Bellingham in then. And if we do lose Bernardo, getting in another midfielder to replace him. But yeah, realistically, I feel like Gundogan would be more realistic to go. But I am worried about all the stuff that we hear pretty much every season with Laporte being like, oh, he wants to go back to Spain. He wants to leave for more game time. I do think he's our second best centre-back, in all honesty. I think he's our second best centre-back individually behind Ruben Diaz.
He's the best.
But out of our top 3 or 4 pairings, he's not in any of them.
Yeah.
I put
Ooh,
Diaz
big
Stones.
shouts.
I put Diaz Stones, Diaz Ake, Stones Ake, all above any of the Laporte partnerships. I feel like Laporte is very egotistical in a way as a centre back. You know, he demands a lot of. He gives off a lot of presence, demands a lot. Of the attention sort of as a centre back, which can be fantastic. But the problem is you've got 4 other guys there in Akanji, Ake, Diaz, Stones who equally offer that. And I don't think Laporte, despite being our best left-footed centre back, really works well in a partnership with any of those guys. My dream replacement for him would probably be Alessandro Bastoni. He would be my absolute ideal replacement. But yeah, that remains to be seen. But yeah, I'd say probably him or Gundogan would get the axe if I had to pick anyone.
I can see more Gundogan. He's lagging behind with his performances, so it's probably more likely than. Yeah.
Daniel, thoughts?
I don't really think they should sell anyone. But if they had to sell it, if they had to sell someone,
I don't think just not right now.
If they had to sell someone, like if they desperately want to, Mahrez or Bernardo Silva.
Bernardo.
Cash in on him, he's got.
Good cash in.
I'm not saying he's shit.
No, I know.
We know that.
I reckon it's just a cash in.
To be fair, his contract is up at the end of next year, I believe, so it would be a good time to cash in now if he's not going to renew.
He's just fantastic. And for me, he's just too good to let go, in my opinion.
Here's my thing, though. My only thing with getting rid of Gundogan and not getting rid of Bernardo would be because if we do go for Bellingham, which I do think we will, Bellingham's more of a Bernardo replacement to me. You know, more than a Gundogan replacement. Whereas a Gundogan replacement would be someone like a Nicola Ravella or a Fagioli or Miretti or something like that. That would be the kind of player I'd expect us to go for to pick up as a Gundogan replacement. But I'd say Bellingham's our natural Bernardo Silva replacement. But the timing of it is going to be weird. But I do think we'll get Bellingham. I'm hoping we do at least.
He's coming to Anfield. Right.
No,
Last team. He is.
He's not.
He is.
He's not.
He is.
You can enjoy it. You can have Onawahi. I don't care.
I actually don't think he's gonna come because we just bought Gakpo. I doubt the owners are gonna.
They're on their
drop
way out.
100
as well.
M's.
FSG.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna drop 100 M's on June.
Yeah,
I think they're getting that Indian money now, Liverpool.
Oh yes, we do.
Ready,
moving
good.
on.
That's two of them in one
That's
video, by the way.
crazy.
That's two in one
Yeah,
video.
but we're moving on. United. We'll leave you to last, Ruben, as you have probably some strong thoughts on this. I said De Gea. He's on a very, very high wage for his quality. I think get him out, get Diego Costa in. Does the same job. I just think he's on too high wage. I feel so much by getting rid of him.
Yeah, I'd agree with you in terms of his wages are a bit ridiculous for what he's been offering the squad over the past couple of seasons. I did see reports coming out saying he wants to finish his career at United, but if I had to pick people to get rid of, he'd be up there just purely for the wage bill. I think you've got some great guys that can replace him as well. David Raya, Robert Sanchez, Diogo Costa as well. He's fantastic. Didn't have the best World Cup, but, you know, Portugal.
Wasn't terrible.
Portugal weren't on form then, so I can't really blame him. Other guys would be obvious ones like Phil Jones, but
McTominay.
You read my mind. Scott McTominay is the worst Premier League midfielder I have ever seen. Oh my goodness. This man, I do not know what justifies him still being at Manchester United Football Club. What defining quality does this man have that's kept him in this squad for so long? He needs to go, cash in on him. I don't know who'd be stupid enough to buy him, but just get rid of him. I beg, for the sake of your club. I don't even like Manchester United, and I want them to get rid of him because it is so painstakingly funny. But also, if I was a United fan, I'd want to die every time I see that man in the starting lineup.
I can't disagree with that.
I have
There's
to
so
agree.
many better options out there as well.
He
in
is
terms
Scottish,
of young
though.
CDMs. He's
Scotland, yeah.
honestly just go raid Italy.
It
There's
says a
so
lot
many
that
better
he's
CDMs that you can get.
I'll let the board know.
I reckon he's only there because he's from the academy.
Probably, and they're pushing their buddy academy, their academy quota, and nothing. Isn't it something like they haven't had a team without an academy player for like 50 years?
I don't care.
Oh,
To be
no.
honest, he's shit.
Daniel.
Jinx.
Zidane Iqbal.
What
Revenge for when he spun Jake Brimmer in the preseason. game.
Stuff rolling.
Yeah, Jake Brimmer.
We got to see that live, by the way.
Yeah, that was amazing.
We were wearing a Lewis Nani shirt.
Sucked in, Daniel. That's hilarious. Sucked in, honestly.
Who scored first?
Yeah, guess what?
The game should have ended at 10 minutes.
What about Hannibal?
Well,
Hannibal the cannibal.
well, I reckon Scott McTominay needs to go for
It's
sure.
a no-brainer, but I got
no-brainer. Other than that, maybe a Lindelof.
Nah, best thing. We need backups. So that's the problem. Lindelof
Yeah,
isn't. He's
prefer
average.
best.
He's average.
I would say Harry Maguire,
He's
but
a
I doubt
mid-table.
you're going to let him go.
Okay, I think. Well, for me, obviously Scott McTominay. It was the number one player to sell for me was between Maguire and Scott McTominay, but we at least paid for Harry Maguire, so I actually want to get something out of him. Whereas if we sell Scott McTominay for anything, it's
Sell him to
a
England.
profit.
They want him enough.
Yeah, but obviously there's
Is
guys
it a
like
profit? You've had to keep this man in your squad for a good few years now.
I know. But I don't even know when his contract ends, Harry Maguire. But there's also other no-brainers like Tellez. We signed Malaysia. Shaw's doing well. So Tellez is pretty much out the door. No defensive ability. Ten Hag's playing inverted fullbacks. Tellez does not have any recovery whatsoever.
Is Tellez not online?
He's on
He's
loan.
on loan to Sevilla.
Yeah.
I think Sevilla should buy him.
I don't think they will because they're in the relegation.
They're literally
zone.
doing so shit.
They can have him. He's just not that guy. He's just not
He's
Premier
good
League
at Porto,
quality.
though. Unfortunately.
He was, but you know,
His career back on United.
is
Yeah,
what it
the
is.
more
Scott
freedom.
McTominay is definitely my number one pick to go. What else is there? We're pretty. Selling Sancho would be harsh because we just signed him, but there's definitely better players we can put in there. Garnacho is doing pretty well at the moment, taking players on, doing what Ten Hag wants in a winger. I want to give Sancho another chance. Maybe he could play a new role. I heard stuff online that people think he could be a number 10. I think that was you.
It was me.
It was. Come here.
Okay.
But then,
What the hell was that, boys?
Yeah, but then you got guys, you got Bruno Fernandes, who's meant to be the main guy in that system. You got guys like Eriksen, so I don't know where he could be a 10. He'd be a good 10, but probably he just wouldn't fit in with how we play at the moment. But
Yeah.
I think, it sucks to see him go because we've seen the player he can be, but left wing isn't really too much of a priority. I just think we should sell Tellez, McTominay, and probably Harry Maguire would be great to go.
What about? Let me throw this one out there. What about Anthony Martial?
Martial, he's been looking okay under Ten Hag. He's definitely gotten better. I've heard reports back when he played under Ole apparently would make him play injured, and that would probably be his explanation for his poor performances. It's inconsistent, but at the moment, if we don't sign a striker, we can't really sell Martial because we don't have a number 9. We missed out on Gakpo, who could possibly play that role. We don't look like we're going in for Sesko. We missed out on Darwin Núñez, who was a transfer target.
Aren't you happy about that?
Alvarez as well, missed Alvarez.
No, I still wouldn't be happy. Núñez is still a quality player. He just needs to grow into his.
He just needs to learn how to score goals.
Look, I don't think
he did the same thing.
I don't
needs to
think
learn
he'll-
how
I
to
don't
kick
think
a
he'll
ball.
ever. I don't think he'll ever justify his price tag.
I think he will.
I don't think he will.
No.
I think he will.
100,
60 M's.
100 million is crazy.
60 M's.
It wasn't 60 M's.
It wasn't 100. It was 60
85 million pounds, 100 million euros, bro.
Apparently, the Benfica board were laughing when Liverpool.
I heard that. Yeah, I heard that story.
It's
as well.
the same thing though. You look at certain players, like they miss chances in their first season. Let them grow into it. I reckon he'll grow.
Okay,
into
but
it.
here's the thing: when I see Liverpool fans coming out and saying Darwin Núñez is such a good striker, but his only bad trait is his finishing, that's crazy.
I mean, I could say the exact same thing for Gabriel Jesus.
Okay, but you're not a good striker if your one bad trait is your.
Okay,
finish.
so is Gabriel Jesus a good striker?
I think he's a good player. As a striker, I think he leaves a lot to be desired, which I think is the exact same for Núñez.
Yeah, but I think
Núñez has a lot of great qualities. His first touch, a lot of the time, is ass. His finishing,
I don't think it's that bad.
very inconsistent with his
I think he's
finishing.
good at everything except finishing. I would say.
And that's his main
As a
trait.
100 million.
Yeah, but
At least with Gabby Jesus, we got him in for less than 20 million pounds.
50 M's. Oh, I'm talking about
City?
I'm talking about Arsenal now because he's been
No, but
shit
I'm
at finishing
saying
in Arsenal.
when we
now.
originally got
Yeah,
Gabriel
but he
Jesus,
wasn't at City. He wasn't really playing as a number 9 for the end.
when we signed him, he was an
part.
Aguero replacement.
Yeah, but for the latter part, he was a right winger. I'm talking to Arsenal right now. For the he went 13
I'm
games
assuming
without scoring.
Arsenal signed him as the same thing, a guy that can play across the front three.
But he
Also,
hasn't played across the 3. He's played as a striker and he hasn't scored any goals.
you
But
can't-
people would
you
still
can't
say he's a
pick
good striker.
Sacco and Martinelli for where they are right now. Also, they're not going to play a front three of Jesus with Nketiah.
I'm saying that you can't call Núñez a bad striker because he can't finish, and then go out and say Jesus is a good striker because he can't finish either. I'm saying, if I'm looking at it, Núñez is struggling with his finishing right now, but everything else about his game still fulfills me with a lot of hope for what's going to come in the future. You look at his seasons at Benfica. His first season, he couldn't finish to save his own life. His second season, he goes out and scores 30 goals. I think next season, he works on it in the off season, he becomes a great player. I think I could see him justifying his price tag.
I honestly don't think
It's a simple fix.
Because
It's a simple fix. You can't sit here and say learning his finishing is not an easy fix. It's something that if he works on it hard enough, it will be an easy fix for him to improve at.
But why has he not worked on it?
Because it's
So
hard to do
far.
it during his. I think it's just
And-
confidence.
and
It's a
pre
confidence
his move to
issue.
Liverpool
It's a
as
confidence issue, in my opinion. I think it's trying to mold into the new league, into the new system. I think give him time in the off season, 3 months of pure just working on his finishing in those different chances, because he keeps missing the same chance over and over again, coming across goal. I think if he works on things with Klopp, who's a great coach and a great man manager, I think it's going to improve that. And I think next season he'll be a goal machine. You can hold me to that as well.
Fair play.
Well, we do have to let Klopp know. So then.
I will. I'll
Yeah,
message
we
him.
do
on
have to
Instagram.
kick
We'll let
Klopp
him
up
know,
the
we'll
arse and let him
I'll
know.
message him on Instagram.
And
Send
we're
it to
talking
the
about
technician.
United sales
With Harry Maguire, that's an interesting one.
because we want to make a profit.
Look, if I were a United fan or if I were Ten Hag, I'd want him to get out of my club purely just because he does not look like he's in Ten Hag's plans at all.
No.
Ten Hag does not like to play the low block. Harry Maguire excels in the low block and does not excel in anything else. Decision making at a lot of times poor. Playing
Especially
out the back,
against Liverpool.
not good at all.
especially against Liverpool.
Yeah, but he just looks like he's just not needed. So I don't see what's stopping United from cutting their losses with him, getting him out, and bringing in a guy like Disassi, or even they could have gone for Badiashile. I think Badiashile would have been a great player for them if Chelsea didn't pick him up.
Tobo also brought this up. I think Hannibal's also an option because realistically, like I've not seen his games in the youth team, but I'm not sure what he really has to offer as a footballer other than a passion.
Oh, he's
got
passion.
Like,
he plays for the shirt.
Everyone was praising him for fouling all those Liverpool players. I'm like, that's great if we were winning, and you're trying to piss him off when you're winning.
You got 10 minutes and you nearly got sent off.
We're 4-0 down,
4-0,
and you're fouling all these Liverpool players, and everyone's like, it's passion. Look, if it's like 1-0, 2-0, you want to get in their heads, you want to piss them off, try to get a player sent off, it's good. But he hasn't really shown me much that's special. Maybe we could give him a loan, and I can actually see what other people. Well, yeah, continue that loan. I actually want to see him. I actually want to watch more of him to see what he actually has to offer, because I honestly don't see what is so special about him. He's just, for me, it's like your typical Brexit midfielder. I don't see much about him. I also think if we kept James Garner, it would have been great as well, because I feel like Ten Hag should have given him a chance. Maybe Ten Hag saw something that
he was sold before Ten Hag was in, no?
No, it was at the start of the season.
Obviously, that's our poor board, but Ten Hag didn't really seem to want to play him, because I do eventually want to replace Fred. I did say he's good coming off the bench, but for a club where Manchester United's supposed to be, players like Fred aren't really meant to take us to the top. He does the job for now. I think he's a solid player. People think he's shit. I think for his price tag, he wasn't the best, but for me, he does a job off the bench. He works hard. He's nothing sensational. He does well against Casemiro as well, which also works. But for me, there's someone better we can use as a backup, and someone better that can start.
Another one I'd like to raise, Donny van der Beek. What are your thoughts on him?
Sell him, because that's the thing. I really thought that, considering he was one of Ten Hag's stars in that Ajax team back in 18-19, I was hoping to see more of him. I know he started against Bournemouth, but Ten Hag doesn't seem to play him. I thought maybe Ole would give him a go. No, Ralph wouldn't give him a go. And Ten Hag, a player that pretty much put him on the market, a manager that put him on the market, you'd think he'd play more under that system, considering how familiar he is with him. But clearly, there's no intention to play him, so just sell him, man. Like, I feel a bit bad for the guy, because when I have seen him play, I felt he's been pretty good. He linked up with Fernandes well in lockdown. But, yeah, like, to be honest, if all three of the managers don't want to play him, just sell him, bro.
I feel like the same goes for Wan-Bissaka as well.
He was all right under Ole. I think he did really well under Ole. But at the moment, it's just the system we're playing.
Yeah, he just doesn't look like.
If we had Mourinho, I'd say keep Wan-Bissaka.
If you want to play possession-based football, you can't play him. He's not good enough with the ball.
My only hope for Wan-Bissaka is I've said
especially
this
with the line they hold as well.
Mm-hmm. I just think.
Oh my god, he's one of the worst positions.
He goes from being with the change of system from something like a Mourinho system to something like a Ten Hag system. He goes from being a defensive solidarity, like a really good an insanely good right back, to being a defensive liability because his positioning's bad.
His positioning's so
because in that Ten Hag system, if your positioning's off and you get hit on the counter, you're done.
Bad.
You're done.
It happened against Burnley a couple of times.
Yeah,
in the Carabao Cup.
My only hope for him is because it would be I was discussing Denzel Dumfries earlier as a backup right back too, but then Dumfries will want to play. I wanted someone to give Delo healthy competition. If Wan-Bissaka, it's a stretch. If he can improve going forward, I'd like to keep him around, because it's just one less player we have to sign and worry about, because we've got heaps of holes we need to fill before we even reach the levels of the rest of the top six. So, yeah, I think Ten Hag's done a great job considering the circumstances he's been under. So, yeah, I think Wan-Bissaka probably should sell. But I really want to give him another chance, but I just don't want to take that risk. We've given far too many players taking chances.
All right, well, that's our good club.
Yeah. That's
Daniel, did you already say it?
You guys,
yeah, I was going to say
you guys pretty much summed it all up.
Waffled out,
Ruben pretty much did.
Absolutely. Championship standard.
We waffled about United for a while there, but yeah, that's everything for episode 5. A bit more than one player.
Five.
A bit more than. Oh, it might be 6. I don't know.
No, it's 5.
A bit more than one player per club, but you guys get extra content. There's a long episode for that one because the little bit we did in the middle. But yeah. Do we want to decide now who's going to do the play for next week or for next episode?
For what?
The 20 questions.
I will.
Oh,
Dan, you want to do it?
Sure.
Alright, so just in the next week or so, whenever we record next, think of a player, have it ready.
No problems.
So yeah, that should be everything. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. We'll be back soon with a video idea we do not know, but yeah, catch you in the next time.
See you later.
Peace.
Cheers,
Cheers,
love.
love.